I now yield 2 minutes to the gentlewoman from Texas, Ms. Sheila Jackson Lee.
The gentlelady from Texas is recognized for 2 minutes.
Let me thank the ranking member and the chairman of the full committee for their leadership, but also for the bipartisan leadership that is noted on the Foreign Affairs Committee, and the privilege that I had to serve some years ago when we worked on a number of issues. Let me add my appreciation to the Congresswoman from California, Barbara Lee, who led us during her tenure as chair of the Congressional Black Caucus during an enormous crisis in Haiti. But more importantly, as a supporter of this legislation and efforts to see Haiti move into a new era of democracy and reconstruction, this legislation, H.R. 3509, is long overdue, and I ask my colleagues to enthusiastically support it. I've traveled to Haiti on any number of occasions, visiting those who are incarcerated in jails, even after the earthquake, to find individuals who were suffering, who had been incarcerated, seeing people who had lost enormously their place to live, children who were out of school, and resources that were looking to be directed, but possibly, Mr. Speaker, not being directed as they should. This legislation, of course, will do several things. It will require a thorough assessment of the progress in meeting the original goals expressed in January 2011 post-earthquake U.S. government Haiti strategy, provide a description of efforts to combat corruption and ensure public accountability, and assess whether or not vulnerable populations have been taken into account in the design and implementation of the new programs. It is very important to note, as much work that has been done between the efforts of the international community, including the USAID, up to 3,000 people still live in tent camps, many of whom are facing forced evictions as time moves on. Cholera has killed over 8,400 Haitians and sickened over 689,400 since the time of this earthquake. Hundreds of thousands of Haitians have little or no access to potable water or basic health services, and Haiti is facing an impending food crisis according to local and international organizations. Can I have an additional minute?
I yield the gentlewoman an additional minute.
So H.R. 3509, I believe, will be an important step to gather all of those who are of good intentions, even our aid, particular aid offerer, the USAID, to be able to assess where we are, to be able to not only help but feel the pain of those who have not been helped. And I believe that it will be enormously important to look again at infrastructure, as it has impacted Port-au-Prince, but then as it has impacted the outer areas, which I think this legislation will be very helpful to. Again, it is bipartisan. We ask that this legislation be passed quickly in the Senate, and more importantly, that the President sign it to save lives. Finally, we wish for a democratic transition and democratic elections as Haiti goes forward in its elections. Let's hope whatever government is put in place, they will look to be able to give that lifeline that this legislation is talking about to move Haiti forward in the 21st century. And I ask my colleagues to support the legislation, and I thank Congresswoman Barbara Lee for her leadership.